Yeah,
Yes.
could you just briefly touch on, is there a relationship between the mystery systems of Africa and the Yoruba culture and the four positions of the sun from I guess the Dahomey?
Let me just do it in a certain way. I will not go into total detail, okay? Take this. In this, forget the chain. This is, don't ask me where you could buy it because you can't buy it. It's made by certain people and it's only given to certain members. Okay. This is the ankh. It's not a cross. It symbolizes the key of life. Symbolically, when one dies and one has two bodies, two souls. You got the heart soul, which is called the Ka, and the spirit soul, which is called the Ba. The heart soul remains with the body. This is our thought along the Nile. And the spirit souls go to receive the symbol of continuing life, continuous life, everlasting life. And this is the ankh. Then you have the loop, from whence one comes, symbolic of the egg and the sperm and so forth that anneals into one. And then it's connected to an angular material carrying every one of the angles of the great or the largest pyramid, the one of Khufu. Then you have the ever-seen eye of Horus. Then you have a Chenou, which Westerners call a cartouche. Cartouche is French, and this is not a French object, so we use the proper name Chenou. Then you have in here the Medu-Neter writing, the numbers, 100, 100, 100, then 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. It's 6 tens and 1 and 3 100 signs. That's 360 degrees under the sun, over the moon. Then you have not a Magen David, a Jewish star. You have 2 inverted pyramids. There was no David yet. It's called the Dark Star of Egypt. In the opposite side, you have the quarter moon, the first quarter moon. It is not an Arabic sign from the Muslim. And then you have 2 beetles, the dung beetle, or scarab. Why the scarab? Because the ancient symbol, a beetle went in the earth, or the cow dung or dung, the grass dung, and didn't come out until 28 days. The ancients believed that he died and then resurrected from the dead on the 28th day. That's as much as I'm going to tell you about it, and the other side we leave alone. Now, some of these signs and symbols are equally in the Yoruba religion. For instance, Yoruba religion has the ankh, but only in the center they show the sign of fertility. The Yoruba religion, the mythology, states that they came from the Nile. The religion is exactly the same in its pantheon, the deity, pantheon of the deity. Not only that, for instance, they have the same structure. Olorem, Olodumare is the father of the others, and so forth, okay? You have the virgin birth thing and everything. All coming, and when you look at it, it's exactly what they have along the Nile. But if you go further among Ngai, Ngai, in Kenya, you would find the Agikuyu, plural. Kikuyu one, not Kikuyus. There's no such thing. plural in African language is made in the beginning, not at the end. The prefix, Agikuyu, dealing with that. If you go to the southern tip of Africa, the Amazulu, not Zulus, the Amazulu, Zulu 1, Amazulu Mona 1. They have the same thing go. What has happened, it seems, that men travel the Great Lakes down north, not up north, because it's the land, the topography, the land goes down, and down south from the Central Lakes, and with it he carried some of his basic symbols. These symbols here, every one of them you find among the Hutu people, which the British came and called pygmies. You find it among the Kalahari. The Dutch call them Hottentots. You find it among the Khoikhoi. The Dutch call them Bushmen. You find it among the Cebenetos. Those are the people they call dwarf kings in Egypt. So what we have found is that the smaller brothers and sisters of Africa and of antiquity carried these symbols around. They were adopted in later time, the Sibyllian period, Sibyllian 1st, 2nd, 3rd, going from 250,000 BC to about 6,000 BCE. And that would be the pre-dynastic period, and then it filtered into the dynastic period. And as it did that, it took on some new meanings and became this for that. It went further with the contact with the Greeks and the Romans, and some of them took on to it. This Star of David, by the way, nobody talk of a Star of David anywhere in Torah until Herzl designated a symbol that they had to use for the struggle against in Europe for national identity. And then, because people used to laugh at Herzl, it was like he had to write like almost like a comedy form before the people started to take him serious. That's why he had suggested that they make the homeland in Guyana, South America, in Kenya, in Uganda, in some other place, and then back in Palestine. Yes, sir.